Hey, welcome back. It's Vissy again. This one is honestly a little bit of a I don't want to say special thing for me, but like a special thing for, I guess, the channel. Special quote. I don't know how to specify this. Once again, it's like 10 in the morning. This is my only time to ever like record anything. It's like dead in the morning on my days off. But yeah, this one is a visual novel. It's called obviously "Repeat It Back to Me." Premise, started to forget some of the bigger details, want him to be the Elias you remember. He wants to be Elias too, but something stands in the way of getting everything just right. A familiar route through the forest, a face that's not quite right, a sun that won't go down, and a day that won't ever end. So, yeah, about doing whatever it takes to remember even the smallest details of exactly how, I guess, like a loved one is. So, yeah, reason for picking this one, it's a horror. I guess there's horror in there. I haven't played this or looked at any of the thumbnails or anything, but yeah, channel recently like actually hit 50 subscribers, and honestly, like that's a big thing. Like the number was kind of like stagnating for a minute, so like actually hitting 50 actually feels like really nice. So real quick, I just want to play something where it's like I don't want to say a for me type of thing, but it kind of like is, but I just wanted to do something a little bit more dialogue based, like try to like read off like dialogue, the whole voice actors thing I keep like alluding to throughout like multiple videos. So it's like half for me, half for the channel, half for y'all. Like that's not how halves work, but you know what I mean. Okay. And I hope that this is like actually picking up correctly because the menu here is so loud. Like I preemptively turn the volume and everything down, but I feel like I'm almost yelling trying to like speak over the volume here because it is crazy loud on my end. But whatever, it's been like 2 minutes. Let's get into the game. How can you be so sure that it'll work? Well, I'm not, but I'm patient. I dust off the sand and walk back to the car. It's an old red thing. I wonder if he expected a different response. This isn't the first time he's asked. A gull's sitting there on the window, and I shoo him away before getting in the car. Tall spruce trees circle the gravel parking lot and line the road. A torn veil of moss covers some of the trees. Someone once told me they only knew. Uh, excuse me. Someone once told me that they only grew like that in places that have clean air. The sun dips to just above the horizon. The lowest it will go for a few weeks. A clock on the dashboard tells me that it's almost 2 in the morning. After every bump in the road, I hear a clang of glass hitting glass coming from the trunk. I curse the car for never. Jeez. Once again, 10 in the morning. I curse the car for never having enough room. It's warm still. I'm not sure if the day will ever end. My eyelids droop. It's been a long time since I've seen another car, but still. I pull off the road into a clearing to the sound of one more chime from the trunk. I have it all set up in boxes and bags in the back. The trunk is lit up by a dull bar. Oh my god. I'm trying so hard here. Like, I did not sleep last night, like maybe 3 hours. So I'm trying my hardest, but yeah, sleep. Back to it. The trunk is lit up by a dull bar built into the rear door. I sift through everything, working methodically through the box with the photos, the bag with the clothes, the binder for old letters and medical documents. In a place dedicated to little trinkets, I find a snow globe and a glass jewelry box next to each other. An unraveled piece of tissue nearby. Tissue paper. I would imagine the snow globe because I feel like that's more prone to breaking if you don't wrap it. So, yeah, snow globe. I wrap the snow globe in the paper and put it back where it belongs. He gave me a kiss on the cheek before leaving. How do you. I've never. Um, Elias? Elias? Oh, jeez. It has to be Elias. Elias was out on a trip to visit family in America for nearly 3 weeks over winter break while I was stuck at home. He asked me if I wanted anything from the States. I told him not to worry about me. Go enjoy the time with your family. Andy ignored me, as I knew he would, and bought back an assortment of gaudy little trinkets that we spent the better part of an hour laughing over. In the center of the snow globe sat the Statue of Liberty. Now the water has evaporated and the statue leans a little off center. The Leaning Towers. But whatever, okay. The grass in the clearing is so bright it hurts to look at for too long, so I lay down looking up instead. From the road, it's easy to see that the trees all point in the same direction, but from here, it's clear that they point towards the same space too. For a second, the place is a bird. A big white one. The gull, I think. I must be close to the ocean. And then, just a moment later, that little hole in the sky is empty again, and the trees point towards nothing, towards each other. The car's too stuffed to sleep in. I don't know the first thing about camping, nor do I think I have the room for camping gear anyways, but I have a tarp and a blanket, and it's enough for me for now. I keep pausing, but also it's probably a good time to mention this, like, another reason why I kind of struggle with reading things, like you guys might hear, I'm not might, like it's shown up a few times already, but with reading lines and stuff like that, and like how many times I kind of stutter over myself and kind of fumble over my words. Full disclosure, I do have autism. Like, I think it was like high functioning it was classified as, but the point is, like with reading, it's been an issue my entire life, honestly, where it's like I'm reading text and like, I'm reading text like this. Yeah, cursor showing up. But sometimes my eyes will like read along things and then like skip over a word and then like I'll move on to the next thing, and that's why like sometimes I kind of randomly fumble over a word or so. And while like that's a big part for like contractions too, because it's like if I see I will, my eyes usually skip over the will after I see the like capital I, and I'll like automatically abbreviate it. So it's not me just trying to be annoying or just me like, being like, I don't want to say bad at reading, but like it it kind of is. But yeah, like it's training for me, half because I do want to try to do like voice actors work, and half because like I want to kind of train myself to read better, because this has really been like a lifelong issue for me. I'm 33 years old, and like reading quickly has never been my strong suit, honestly. It's been an issue. So yeah, personal tangent, little bit of backstory lore, whatever out of the way. Let's get back to this. Hey, post-production Vizzy here. I actually looked it up. This is actually mainly an ADHD thing that I'm describing here. Like, autism kind of does it, but it's mainly like ADHD, and I do have that too. So, I was actually right on both fronts. Like, ADHD and autism kind of running together, making it hard to read lines. But, yeah, like, point stands. Like, this is still an issue for me. But, yeah, back to the game. The sun swung across the road while I slept. The passenger door to the car is open. A handful of feathers scattered across the dash. The gull had gotten into the car again. I pop the trunk and tally up what I have. That bird loves messing with my things. Some of it moved overnight, but I'm certain it's all still there. I look up to see if the gull is still around. The sky is empty and the trees point at nothing. I make a promise to myself that next time I'll remember to lock the car. I start the car again and the road unfurls before me. I'm useless at directions, but the route isn't very hard to follow. I kind of... route, I don't care. It's fine. It's only at this point, just ahead now, where I have to turn off onto a dirt road that I get nervous. There's a dip between the pavement and the dirt so deep that I have to slow down, hold my breath, and tumble straight through. I pretend not to hear the small crash coming from the trunk or the whine of the car complaining about my decision. I park the car at a gravel lot just past the first exit before I can even grab the keys, and the bird... Yeah, there it is. I skipped over. Okay, whatever. I park the car at a gravel lot just past the first exit, and before I can even grab the keys, the bird is sitting on the passenger side mirror. I get out, lock the car, and wave the bird away. The creature opens its ugly beaked maw to yell at me. A few flaps of its wings and it's above me, pecking at my hair. I swipe at it, but it won't leave me alone. It gets a little braver every time, and I grow a little more sick of it in kind. I reach down for a small stone that seems to scare it off. I fix my hair and straighten my shirt before walking out onto the beach. He sits there, waiting for me. He's wearing a bright red sweatshirt. The screen printed design on the sleeves is faded and tattered. It's strange. I can't recall what happened before this moment. Elias, sitting out on the dock, and me walking up to sit next to him. Did he invite me here? We were here together, or did I follow him out here? I know I need to figure that out. I take a seat next to him on the dock. The thing is ancient, probably built when our parents were our age. The wood has turned a sickly gray color. I tear pieces of it off without any issue, and yet the thing still floats. I take my shoes off and let my feet dangle in the water. And just like that, I'm back there again. It's been a while. 18 hours to be exact, but never mind that. It's a nice lake. Yeah? The lake wasn't that nice. The water was cold and muddy. Even the beach, if you wanted to call it that, was mostly rocks and weeds, but still. Why won't you talk to me? Oh, come on, you're no fair. Fine, sorry. I grab onto his arm. I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at the story. I just realized I've been pitching my voice for his lines, so happy Pride Month. I think Elias has a secret for us. Moving on. It doesn't matter. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. He leans in towards me and I lean on him in turn. Have you decided about school? Not yet. Where are you leaning? I don't know. I did. Tall grasses jut from the water near the dock. The blades are wide and thin. I think thin. I lean down, spearing my fingernail through the middle point of a blade of grass and dragging straight up. The grass grows thinner. I remember once sitting here with Elias and watching a group of ducks glide across the water. It's going well, I think. You're going far away, aren't you? Come on, I still don't know yet. I watch his face as he looks away from me. No matter how hard I try, it's never all the way there. It doesn't matter that I have photographs of us from every angle. I'll never be able to set the features just right. At least when I look at our reflections in the water, I can't tell if anything is wrong. What if we went somewhere together? What do you mean? It could be like a road trip. Summer's almost over. We don't have enough time for that. Let's just try to enjoy this afternoon here. Oh, come on, it doesn't have to be long. You always used to talk about it, how we should go somewhere together. I'm sorry, I have to get ready. It never stops stinging when I have to say it. Get ready for what? Wrong voice. Get ready for what? I still can't say it. You're leaving, aren't you? I don't know. I think so. Water comes and rolls over the rocks and weeds. I remember this feeling. realizing that my silence was entirely my own and that his silence belonged exclusively to him. Look at us now, sitting separately in silence. I'm sorry. He's going off script. But I don't get it. Out of every memory, why come back to this one? You told me you didn't even break up with him until, what, a year later? The timeline doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. I wish I could tell you. He starts trying to skip stones across the water. None of them make it past the second jump. I don't think I ever even told him about that habit. All of the good stones must be underwater by now, but that doesn't stop him from trying. How did I do? How did I do? Whatever. You're getting better, but it's difficult, you know. Something's not quite right. Is it the... How topical. That's how very relevant to me right now. Whatever. Okay. Is it the voice? I've been practicing. No, I don't think so. You sound fine. It's my face, isn't it? Maybe. I'm sorry. I know there isn't much you can do to help me there. Well, I'll keep trying. Thank you. We go back on script, waiting for the other to speak, or for the tide to roll in and to take one of us out to sea. I remember quietly hoping that would happen. It would have been easier than walking away. But of course, the tide never comes. The lake is too small for that. I can see the other end from here. If only we were at the ocean instead. Neither of us are supposed to speak again. After enough time, a little under half an hour, I'm supposed to get up and leave silently. I get up. My Elias is supposed to let me go without complaint, but I guess that must be a little too awkward for him to bear now. How can you be so sure that it'll work? Well, I'm not, but I'm patient. I'll see you soon. I dust off the sand and walk back to the car. The car's an old red thing. I wonder if he expected a different response. This isn't the first time he's asked. The bird's sitting there on the window and I shoo him away before getting in the car. Why'd she have beef with the seagull? Well, whatever. And then I get out of the car. I try my best to stand straight for a moment, but I lose my balance. I lean against the car until the feeling goes away. I don't think there was a button that last one. It's fine. I know how to walk, but suddenly the steps don't come as natural as they usually do. I start back towards the beach, clumsily moving before stopping before moving again. He stops skipping rocks when he sees me. What are you doing? I struggle to take my shoes off and sit next to him. I let my feet dangle in the water. The water is really too cold to be doing this, but I don't think I care. I wait for him to say something, but he doesn't. He's taking too long. I nudge him with my shoulder. Come on, you know what to say. Is something wrong? No, why? You never come back so quickly. Am I not allowed to? He doesn't know how to answer that question. Maybe that's unfair. I'm not sure if I know what I want his response to be either. Sorry, I think I'm just feeling a bit off. It's miraculous. He looks like Elias. Not all the way there, but it's the best either of us could manage. He talks like him too. He even says the same things, even outside of the scripted parts. When I grab his arm and touch his skin, it feels like he's really there. Start somewhere in the middle. He sits up a little straighter and scans the horizon as if it were a teleprompter. What if we went somewhere together? Yes, let's go. What? The road trip. Really? Yeah. He gets up without issue. It takes a full minute, but I manage to get my shoes on again. I try to get up on my own, but I need his help. I'm able to walk, but I can tell it makes him nervous. I think he looks a little wobbly too, but can't tell for sure the way I sway a little with every step. Excuse me, one sec. Goddamn nose is running again. Okay, let's go. There's an assortment of bags lining the passenger seat waiting for us. And my dog is jumping off my lap. Come on, Bow. Okay. I'm sorry. I didn't think you know. Jeez. I'm sorry. I didn't think, you know? I start to move them somewhere to the back. There's no room left in the trunk, but I'm still able to fit them in. He watches from a few steps back. What's all of this? Have I not told him? They're my things. Sure, but what are they? How do I answer a question like that? I don't know, it's just all my stuff. It's like moving, you know? You want to fit everything in as few trips as possible. I can tell he doesn't really understand. Oh well. I take my spot in the driver's seat and usher for him to come in and take the seat next to me. He looks uneasy. Are you sure you can drive? Of course I can. I mean, based on that last game I played, maybe I can. Okay, moving on. He isn't inclined to disagree with me. He takes a spot and I fumble with the keys for a moment before starting the car. I put it in reverse. I press lightly on the gas, but the pedal ends up hitting the floor. I try to turn the wheel, but I can't seem to get the directions right. The car comes to a stop across 3 different parking spaces, a visible trail and the gravel where the car spun. Maybe you can drive. Somehow, he's a lot better at this than I am. I know he recognizes it too, but he doesn't say anything. I'm grateful. Putting the mouse here, I'm like 4 years old. Why is this entertaining to me? Okay, moving on. The road turns the way it usually does. I give him directions, leading him along the route. Whenever... I don't know what it is. I am struggling to remember how to pronounce that name. I've never seen that name like in person before, honestly. I've never known an Elias? I keep wanting to say Elias, but yeah, Elias. Okay. Whenever Elias and I went anywhere, he'd be the one to drive. I got my license late and was never any good at parking anyway. Where are we going? This is the route back to the beach. Is that where we're going? Well, yes. He's holding back from saying something, and I can tell. The car comes to a stop in the middle of a long stretch of road. I'm about to ask him why he stopped when I see them sitting on the road ahead. A flock of seagulls, packed together so tightly across both lanes of the road I can't tell where one stops and the next begins. He has this blank look on his face next to me, not at all sure what to make of it. Once during the winter, Elias had driven me home from his house where his family had hosted a small Christmas party. Or maybe it was a New Year's party. We came across a few cars heading in the opposite direction. The back roads to my house were always a little faster. He explained to me why you should keep the high beam headlights off when it's snowing. I knew this, but I pretended like I didn't. When he would flick them on to show me, the seemingly sparse threads of snow would bind together into a white fabric. He brought the car to a stop. It was sudden, but he knew how to make it feel like it wasn't. Ahead of us on the road sat what looked like a lump jutting out from the road. "What is that?" I asked him. He turned on the high beam lights. "A deer," he told me, before driving around it. He begins to back away from the gulls. He turns the car around and we're driving back the way we came. "I guess this still works. We'll find our way back to the beach." We come to a four-way stop I've driven through 1,000 times already. "Which way?" I picture the car coming in from the left, then the right, then from the road straight ahead, but none of them feel right. I wonder if I got distracted and missed a turn somewhere else. "Go right." I've never seen this road before. It's wide enough to fit 2 lanes, but there aren't any markings going down the middle. I don't think this is the right way. He pulls over, but he doesn't stop the car. "Do you have a map back there?" "I'm sorry, I never thought, well, I don't know. I don't have a map." "Why don't we just keep going this way?" He points off to the right. It sounds so accurate, it feels scripted when he says it. Uh, I don't want to say lost. I feel like that's being too negative. We're just temporarily stuck. We were driving north. There was an accident so far up ahead that we couldn't see it. The whole world stopped. The longer we waited, the worse I began to feel. "What do you think happened?" I asked him. "I don't know," he told me. The line of cars barely budged until someone ahead of us turned off on the right. Elias followed them. The road was barely still a road. Its curve turned us away from our desired direction. "Why don't we just keep going this way?" he told me. "We're bound to hit something eventually." It was as good of a plan as any that I could come up with. "Sure, let's go." He stops asking for directions whenever we hit an intersection. "What should I call you?" "What do you mean?" "I mean, what's your name?" "My name is Elias, you know that." We went to different schools, but lived in the same city. I woke up early for the bus. His mom would drive him on the way to work. It must have been at some gathering, maybe around midsummer, a friend's birthday party. Or maybe it was during spring, a graduation party. Or maybe we did go to the same school after all, and we met in the 7th grade, or the 8th, or the 9th. I saw him first, or maybe he saw me. The bird's been gone for too long. Every few hours, whenever I'd stop the car, he'd come sitting near the window, flapping his wings against the glass, opening his mouth to show me what was inside. A strange kind of fungus grows on the trees here. It doesn't look like any mushroom I've seen in a supermarket or an encyclopedia. The shape is round like a hornet's nest. It's hard to notice, too. It takes the same color as its tree. I can't bear to look at them, even just driving by. There's a house on the right. It looks too suburban to be all the way out here. Elias lived closer to town. I live further in the country. He brings the car to a stop in front of the house. The house itself is exactly how I remember it. He wants to say something. Were there always this many trees outside? He knows he should say something meaningful about this place, but he can't. Time passes and trees grow, I guess. "I'm sorry, does this place look familiar?" "Well, yeah, you lived here." "What do you mean?" "This is your house, or at least it used to be yours." "I've never seen it before." I'm about to tell him to keep driving, but fuck. I'm about to tell him to keep driving, but he gets out of the car before I can get a word in. He's at the front door. He knocks once. He knocks again. Come on, I don't think this is it. I don't think I really know what it is or what it should be. He refuses, clutching at the doorknob. Come on, let's leave them alone. He's stuck there, utterly unable to hear what I'm saying. I've seen this before. I know the feeling. I grab hold of his other hand. It can take a few minutes to pass. His hand tightens around mine and the door handle falls off without much fanfare. No, that's enough. We're leaving. He's already inside. He leaves the door open behind him. There's nobody home, nobody except us at least. The furniture still has that look to it. It's meant to be seen. I don't think I ever saw this house like this. Oh boy. I don't think I ever saw the house like this. Not at all. Not all at once. Wooden angels out for Christmas, woven pumpkins for Halloween, an Easter basket with eggs, several small flags for midsummer. The couch set the... Oh boy. Like when I say that this is like practice, like I said earlier, this is hard practice because you see like line reads, especially for as long as this has been like about 30 minutes. I am not used to reading this long and this consistently for lines, so this is definitely like training for me. Like I guess I don't want to say it kind of is me being vulnerable because like I feel like most people would be self-conscious about like not being able to read as quickly or clearly as this, but yeah, this is definitely training for me because like you see how my line reads go when it's been like too long into it. But yeah, whatever, moving on. The couch set they had when I first visited. The couch set they replaced with... Hold on, holy shit. Okay, hold on, drink of water, one sec. I don't mean to be dying this much, but like, hold on. The couch set they had when I first visited. The couch set they replaced it with the last time I was here. Okay, there we go. Like a magnet, he's pulled upstairs. He shouldn't know where he's going. He practically glides down the hall until he's at the door, and one blink later, he's on the other side. This time, the door is closed. I try the handle, but he's locked himself in. I try the handle again. We had just gotten together, I guess. We had just gotten together. I knocked on his door and he opened it right away. He was waiting for me. We didn't stay here long, though. We went out to someplace. I can't remember where. I wish I could remember more places, but I don't. Hey, are you in there? Yeah? Are you okay? I think so. I can hear his breathing on the other side of the door. What's my name? Elias. Right. We sit there for a moment. We sit there for a moment before I hear the door unlock. He's sitting down on the bed when I come inside. He stands up when he sees me. Posters line the wall. What is that? Posters line the walls. Too many posters. I can't see any wall. Every band he's ever liked, every movie he's ever watched, every picture we've ever taken together, every picture of him, of just him, every picture of him with someone else. A ceiling fan that hasn't worked in years. The mattress still sags a little in the middle and the pillow is bent at an odd angle. He'd complain about the duvet cover whenever we sat here together, but I don't think he ever replaced it. A window looking out to another house that isn't there or on the outside. It's weird. What is? This is my home. I know it is. And yet. Yet what? I've never been here before. I'm not sure how to say this. I'm sorry. You look like Elias. You talk like him, really. You do such a good job of it, you could fool me if we were anywhere else. But you aren't Elias. Do you think I don't know that? I don't know what you think, really. Should I? He laughs, and I can't help laughing too. We can find you a new name if you'd like. I think I still like the name. I feel bad when I call him that, even in my head. I know this isn't right. I know I have to find a way out, but even when I try, I only end up moving even closer. You can call me something else if you want. I get it. I know. I kiss him. Elias was my first kiss, but he had told me he'd done this before. I can tell that he's never done anything like this, but soon he learns to follow my lead. Following his lead, I got the impression that we should have practiced this beforehand. But where? It's fantastic. It was awkward. I feel like this is cheating even though I know it isn't. I cared too much. I care too much. It took time, but I got the hang of it. I pull away. But we tried again. And I'm back. The vertigo hits, and I'm laying on a floor until it's over. I come back to my senses and see him working through the closet, trying on all of Elias's clothes. Would he wear these together? No, I don't think so. What about these? Oh, I recognize this one. A white tank top, a thin canvas jacket, yellow, jeans slightly too short. Do tell. He came to school wearing that. I asked him, "What on earth are you wearing?" He had this look on his face like he had no clue what I was talking about. That evening, it started raining hard. Worst we had ever gotten. Oh, jeez. Worst we ever got, at least from what I can remember. He, recri- he recounted the trek from the school doors to the parking lot like it was a war story. Ha. I should probably... I should probably actually do that. Okay. Whatever. Ha. I like that one. I'm really bad at reading out laughing quotes. Whatever. He keeps that outfit on. What time is it? 8:32 a.m. I could sleep the whole day away. If you want, I can help you onto the bed. No, I'm fine. He brings me a blanket, a soft black one. I don't dream. Maybe I wish I did. I wake up to bands of light drifting slowly across my face. I didn't notice earlier how much dust was on the windowsill. I think something's off with my neck. We should get out of here. Right, yeah. I get up first. I'm standing in a doorway when I turn around and see him looking at a picture of Elias and a group of friends hanging on the wall. It was sometime during the winter, maybe early February. The lake had frozen over. I fiddled with the skates for nearly half an hour, but I still couldn't get them to fit right. Every turn on the rink and my ankles would move around more than they should have. I sat that day out, sitting on the sidelines, inevitably getting on my phone. They came over as a group and were about to join me when I waved them back onto the ice. I shuffled out on my boots and took maybe a dozen photos of everyone. I guess Elias must have printed one of them out. I don't tell him any of that. I don't think anyone lives here anymore. Still, I try to put everything back the way we found it. Maybe this is the new route. Maybe we'll run into a flock of birds on the road again, forcing us to go back up, getting lost again until we find our way back here and nothing's changed. I wouldn't mind that. He stands near the trunk of the car. May I? Sure. He opens it up and peeks into one of the boxes. More photos, and then another. He grabs out the hockey stick wedged alongside the car. He grabs along. The line skips are kicking it again, sorry. He grabs out the hockey stick wedged alongside the wall of the car and then puts it back. I think back to how we found the house. A hole in the front door where the doorknob used to be. I need to put the doorknob back. Okay. The doorknob keeps falling out whenever I try to put it back into place. I'm not particularly handy. I can't fix the door, but I also can't leave it looking like this. I pick a splinter of wood from the corner of the porch and use it to wedge the doorknob into the socket. He's already sitting in the driver's seat by the time I'm done. Looking in from the other side of the pavement, I see him staring at his reflection in the rear-view mirror. He pokes and prods at his face like it's a foreign object. He stops when I open the door. I don't mention it. He starts the car and we're out again. The road hums beneath the car. He's driving fast, but there's no reason not to. On the right there's a large clearing. A vein of rocks carves down its middle, growing wider with distance. The rocks are untouched by moss or grass or dirt. The remnants of a glacier in the area, I think. Give it a few more years, another few rounds around the route, the new one, and maybe the field will take over. The car swerves. What happened? We were at a pop-up carnival once. Elias felt nervous about the rides. His parents told him that they weren't structurally stable if they could be erected over the course of a weekend, so he stuck to the short ones. The lines were better since nobody else bothered to ride on them. We took our place in the seat of one of them, and I can see the premonition in his eyes. A bar sat above our laps, but there were no belts. The momentum threw us around so fast that we kept knocking into each other. By the end of the ride, we were squished together in the same red, hard plastic seat. We gave up on rides after that. There's a bird, the gull, in the middle of our lane. Are you okay? This is maybe his third time asking. Yeah, I'm fine. He pulls over and we sit together. He leans in and I lean in too. According to the dashboard, it takes 7 minutes for one of us to say something. It's me. Let's get out of here for a minute. The windows are down, but the air in the car isn't right. I have learned that the exact once again, the line reads, it's like I read there, and then for some reason, like, right around here, my eyes skipped over to of. I don't know. I do know, but yeah, whatever, moving on. I have learned the exact shape of the passenger seat and the precise dimensions of the space in front of me. I don't remember caring much before, but I guess things have changed now. Maybe it's the nausea. There's nothing here, not really. I wonder why the landscape doesn't ever seem to take on more personality. I remember asking Elias what those little wooden structures were. You could always see them along the edges of some of the bigger clearings. Some of them stood upright, others had been knocked over. They never looked large enough to fit a person, but I can't remember checking any of them out up close. He told me they were for hunting. Someone would sit up in the nest and wait for something to cross the clearing. There must not be any hunters here. Sometimes I wonder if I got the wrong place. If all of this happened somewhere else. Does that matter? I don't know. I hope not. I can drive if you're getting tired. No, I'm doing great. I start watching him while he drives. It's different from before, like he has somewhere to be. Hey, where are we going? I was thinking about that place in some of the photos. The lake we all went to during the cold months. I saw a hockey jersey in the closet. You have the hockey stick in the back too. We went there a lot, didn't we? Honestly, I don't remember. You're probably right. I know it's silly. It's not silly. I'm just not sure we'll find it. Or if we do, if it'll be what you expect. I bet the place looks a lot different in the summer. He drives slower after that. He points out every exit in the He points out every exit in the road. I tell him no, that isn't the one. I don't really know much better than him where the lake is or isn't. Uh, I mean, at this point, I have like an established routine of going with the second option, so I'm just going with that. We're in the middle of town. There was a mall here. We and everyone else knew it wouldn't be there for long. A little over half of the stores were open by that point. Elias had heard from a friend about a store there. They sold the kind of trinkets that Elias would show me and that I'd laugh about. We did 2 loops walking around the mall. I asked Elias for the name of the store, but he couldn't remember. We later found out that the store had closed just a few days earlier. I think I recognized that bird. I know I did. Yeah? He won't stop following me around. He keeps messing with my stuff. What do you think he wants from you? I don't know, that's the thing. I can't recall any stories about birds or seagulls, really. Nothing worth remembering anyway. I get the impression that the clock on the dashboard isn't very good at keeping track of time. Life moves slower than a clock, but I suppose that can only be a good thing. We were looking at a map of the US. We took turns closing our eyes and pointing out a state. I could name maybe 10 of them. I can Fuck. I could name maybe 10 of them. We looked up photos of them as we went, carefully ranking each by how much we'd like to live there one day. I never had any intention to leave, and yet we sat there for maybe an hour before moving on to other countries in Europe. There's a field on the side of the road. The corners of the field where it meets forest are boxy. Did you ever get sick of it? Driving down the same route, watching the same trees go by? No, I don't think so. Did you get sick of sitting down by the water waiting for me, then saying the same lines over and over? Well, maybe a little. I'm sorry. I am. It's fine. I think I like this better, though. I think I like this better, too. I didn't realize he had been slowing the car down until he had pulled over. A small dirt lot stretches along the side of the road. There's space for maybe 11 cars. This is it. You found it. I feel myself falling upwards towards the car roof. The seatbelt can't do anything to stop it. When I step out, I know that I'm being sucked towards the sky, but somehow, thankfully, the ground pulls me back. He rushes over when he notices, holding onto my shoulders until the feeling passes. Are you okay? Of course. One foot, then the next, back to the first. He's holding me upright. We can wait here a moment if you want. Oh, whoops. We can wait here a moment if you want. I want to lay down, but I know he needs this. No, I'm fine. Let's keep going. We follow a path, if you can call it that, down to the lake. The trees are marked with orange paint. It had a name, the lake. I can't remember. Ah, fuck. It had a name, the lake. I can't remember it. I only remember its shape, long and narrow. The path opens, and I'm not sure what I'm looking at. The day so far has been warm. Only now do I start to feel the chill of nighttime, if you could call it that, rolling in. Nevertheless, the lake is frozen over. There's a thin layer of powdery snow on the ice, a thin white painting hiding the bright green reflection on the ice sheet surface. I go to tap on the ice with my finger to double check. It's cold and dry. I take some of the snow in my hand and watch it as it melts just a moment later. I wipe my hands on my pants. He tests the edge of the lake with his shoe. The ice is strong and still. He steps out just an inch off the coastline, and still the ice holds. He goes to take another step. I call out to him. Careful, it's warm out. The ice is probably thin. He takes the step anyway. I think I start to see him. Jeez. I think I start to see him falling through, but his body stays above the ice, sliding unceremoniously further towards the lake, out towards the lake. I laugh, small and polite. He laughs. He tries to get his bearings, rolling over onto his stomach and placing himself on his hands and knees. His right knee glides outward and he's flat against the ice. I laugh a little more. He doesn't. I stop. I wonder if I should ask him if he needs any help. At a graduation ceremony, 10 minutes before we were all supposed to be gathered, he sat outside the bathroom. I think he was worried. I was fine. I remember being scared that I would cry that day, but I didn't. I'm joining him on the lake. I'm coming. I step out onto the ice. I plant my legs firmly atop a thin layer of snow. The ice beneath is still solid. I lift my right leg. I hear the thought before I finish my step. You will die here. A short pause before I remember to plant my foot back down onto the ice. That wasn't him talking. I take a step back. The sand feels less solid than the ice. I take a step forward. I glide a few feet. A meter? It doesn't scare me. Nothing scares me anymore. Sometimes I wish something could. I take another step and glide a little further. It's been so long since I've last skated, but it's easy enough. 2 more steps and I'm at Elias. He lies face first against the ice, as if he hoped I wouldn't spot him. Hold my hand. Okay. He takes it. Elias tries to stand up, but he can't quite manage. I drag him a short distance. His body moves weightlessly across the ice. I line us up at one end of the lake. I take a step, and we both move. I take another, and we slide a little quicker. We continue to accelerate. I pull Elias forward and up. He scrambles, sure, but now he's in motion. This should be so much harder like this, but I know it won't be. Faster and further. My skates scratch deep lines in the ice. I'm not wearing skates. Elias manages to plant his spine vertically, his weight resting on his knees. Yes, that's it. I hear the cracking before I see it. I know the cracking before I hear it. We're so close to the end of the lake. This is what I wanted, right? Elias stands up. This is what he wanted. He walks. This is what we wanted. We run. The ice shatters behind us like a pane of glass. The shatter is faster than we are, but the absence of ice can't do anything to stop our momentum. We hit the sandbank and start to fly. No, really. We clear the upper limits of the forest. I love you. I love you too. A moment later, and we're above the clouds. A white trail follows behind us. The air here is cold. It's so hard to breathe. It's so impossibly unlikely that I can breathe here. The gasps start small before growing. The breaks between the gasps are short and loud and ugly. I look around, but Elias isn't there. I'm not sure I'm there. The stratosphere, what does it look like? Do I really know? Can I see Earth below me, the shape of a ball? Or am I not quite far enough for that? Does the sun still shine on the horizon? I don't know. I'm not so sure of anything now. Maybe I'm underwater. The cold against my skin, that's the only thing it could be. I'm far beneath the surface of the lake. Its lowest reaches are perfect black. I'm falling down. Who knew how quickly someone could sink? Even the fish here seem to swim vertically. Just enough to keep themselves from drowning too, I guess. The currents pass through me. I touch my arms and find that they're no longer there. My arms and my hands and everything else too. That's not quite right either, is it? Don't tell me that. I don't want to hear it. I don't know if I ever died. I don't know if I ever lived. I know one thing. That here and now, I am alone. I get the feeling that maybe I've overstayed my welcome. And with that feeling, I realize one more thing. That maybe it isn't the world around me. Maybe I'm the thing that isn't real. Thank you for playing. All right. Okay, yeah, just about an hour. That's 58 minutes on a recording, but yeah, just wanted to do like one, I like romance type of stories I usually don't really go for. Like that's usually not my bag, but I did like the tone of this one. Like still trying to parse it a little bit. Like it was like half voice acting, half like I'm playing the game, and like I did like the tone of like, it sounded like pretty much an amnesia thing, like, you don't want to let the person go, like, but they're not the same person that they used to be. Like that type of message I can't even like I can't personally fathom, but it I can see why that would hurt, and I can like appreciate how the game played out. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I just wanted to try to do like something to help me with like, the voice actress aspiration thing. So Yeah, at this point, I think I'm just talking in circles. But yeah, if you like watched in this far, it's been like just about an hour in the recording now. Thanks for watching. Like, I really appreciate it. Once again, this is like a 50 subscriber kind of quote unquote special, like half for me, half for my followers. So yeah, for like probably the third time, that's pretty much it. Later, and yeah, thanks for watching and subscribing too. I really appreciate it.